Hi everybody, I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm doing a little bit of a different reading here. We're going to do a 3-sack spread. So inside each of these, you're going to pick one, okay? Inside each of these, I've already pulled some love oracles, some qualifiers, and an outcome energy for if he or she loves you and is thinking of you. And just to get some information about what's been going on in a relationship area, because many of you have been asking me to do more relationship reads, and it's just, time is just, too challenging for me to do more love reads than I'm doing right now. So I thought this might be a cool way of approaching it. It's 3 different spreads. They're all still general, but what I want you guys to do is to take a very deep breath, belly breath, Buddha breath, and on the exhale, see which sack you're resonating with the strongest while you're thinking about whoever it is that's in your energy field that you're looking for some guidance on, okay? So take a deep breath in, belly breath in. Exhale, breathe out. Whoever's on your mind, pick a color. And I'm going to go through each one individually, and I'm going to timestamp below so you don't have to stick around for all 3 sacks, okay? And we're going to get right into it. Everything's already shuffled, and I'm just going to be pulling out of the sack as we go along. Okay, see you guys. Okay, we're going to start with the red sack. Okay, let's get started with the red sack. Move this over here. Okay. Got a bunch of different decks going here. This is the outcome. I'm not going to pull that just yet. Let's put that over there. Okay, we have some oracles here. Time, you're trying too hard. Only time will tell. Okay. Back to what you love. Camera, the Phoenix, addiction. I'm using the vice versa deck, guys. I don't know those of you who are familiar with these. So there are images on both sides, so we don't need to do reversals for these. Okay. All right. So let's get right into this. Okay, first of all, the main oracle here is back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Reevaluate your desires. Okay. So they're doing a lot of thinking right now about you. They're doing a lot of thinking. There's a lot of reminiscing going on. Camera is all about reminiscing, keepsake, right? Learning from the past, making memories. Very nice. Then we have the Phoenix, which is about a new phase, rekindling, renew, transformation, growth, a changed mind. Okay. And then we have addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. So there's a block here. There's a block here. They're feeling blocked right now. They're really trying to get in touch with what really matters to them. Then we have time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. Only time will tell. We got 2 time cards, guys. 2 time cards. New beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So there's a newness here. There's a deep introspection, reevaluating what's necessary. Reevaluating. They're reevaluating how you guys did the relationship. They're really missing you for sure. There's a lot of love here. They want to have this renewal with you, but they're really trying to get in touch with whatever internal blocks that are there. Trying to recognize, is the block coming from them or is it coming from you? You know, there was codependency, obsession, some sort of controlling behavior or play here for sure. Yeah, definitely. See, so we have the Hermit reverse here. Okay, to start. So the Hermit reverse is all about this side of the Hermit. Just says that there's a lot of deep thinking going on right now. They're doing a lot of deep thinking and they're not even telling anybody. I don't feel like, if you're resonating with this, I don't feel like you guys are in contact right now. Or if you are, you have this very distant vibe to them. Like they're holding something back. Because the Hermit reverse is all about taking oneself as counsel. Which means that we're not really talking to anybody. You know, just really trying to sift through the nuts and bolts of it all. And there is this idea of, we have the devil energy here in the upright. So the devil energy does indicate an imbalance of some kind. So this could certainly be any sort of addiction having to do with, you know, alcohol, drugs, sex, shopping, food, gambling. But in the same way, it could also just be a very internal imbalance, which could be excessive fears, fear of intimacy, fear, anxieties, right? Any sort of excessive depression, just excessive fears, excessive anything that is creating any kind of imbalance. Because those of you who watch me know that that's how I look at the devil energy. Because even in addiction, what is that? I mean, it's just really an imbalance, is it not? I mean, any of the things that we're addicted to, really, you know, having every now and then is not an issue. It's the excessiveness. It's the ability to balance out. So there's a lot of deep thinking going on in regards to what needs to be balanced out. And I feel like this has to do with the addiction card. I mean, you know, it makes sense, right? Having to do with this crowning oracle here. Yeah. Then we have the Empress's reverse. So I feel like the story here is like they just felt like there was no growth that was actually possible here. No growth that was actually really possible, you know? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a Jupiter energy, right? It's a Jupiter energy. Now, meanwhile, we have Venus reverse, okay? So I'm getting, actually, not to cut myself off, but I'm feeling that, okay, I'm feeling very strong right now that this person started to question their ability to actually love you in the way that you needed to be loved, love themselves in the way they needed to love themselves. Because when we think about Venus being in reverse, and Venus is such a beautiful, loving energy about everything that's beautiful, and in the reverse, it's like not able to get in touch with that. But I'm feeling like they're not able to get in touch with that within themselves because of this block, because of this addiction, because of this imbalance, whatever it is. It's putting them in deep introspection. But they're thinking of you and they love you. But they're not able to see like the forest for the trees, as they say, right? And then here we have the Wheel of Fortune. And in the reverse, it just indicates kind of like a pause button. That they're recognizing that something's in the way, that you're a very positive force in their life. There's no question in their mind about that. But they're trying to figure out how to make something happen. Because in the reverse, it's like, either they're feeling unworthy or they just feel like they're not capable of making it happen. This is there's a feeling here of such depth. I'm talking about like, I'm feeling this person looking at their shame wounds, all of that. And even for those of you who are like, hell no, like I could never imagine them doing that. Guys, we'd be surprised what people do in private in their Hermit reverse energy. This is where no one's talking, you know? Deep recess, getting real with themselves, looking at their role in all of this, looking at why happened, what happened rather. Yeah, and really trying to get back to what they love, which is you, reevaluating their desires. What is it that they want? Like they know they want you, but I feel like there are things in the way. Yeah, and then we have the Hangman reverse. So, I mean, the Hangman reverse is sort of really looking back and saying, all right, what do I think? What do I feel? Really looking back at the past. But in a way, almost beating themselves up because they feel like in a way they're actually reminiscing with rose-colored glasses on. And they have to be careful of that, right? Because looking at only the good parts and not the bad can actually stunt growth in a relationship, right? Because it couldn't possibly have been 100% them, right? There had to be something in the within the dynamic between the two of you that would actually mandate a new beginning, you know. But they're willing to take a chance with you for sure. I mean, the Fool is great. Love the Fool. The Fool is all the cards all in one. I mean, This is just taking a calculated risk, having no idea what the hell is on the other side, just super not knowing. Like, honestly, no clue. But taking the chance anyway, because there's real love here. There's real love here. I like it. Let's pull some qualifiers. I don't really feel like we need, but, you know, let's get some more information. We know that this is that final outcome, but let's get some information. We got this Hangman energy here. Like, what's pulling them out of that Hangman energy, right? For them to suddenly be like, woohoo, let's go. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. That's what happened. They got tired of being in that space. It's the end of a cycle. 10 of Swords is the end of a cycle. Yeah. They felt really alone. Unsupported in their life. This is the King of Pentacles reverse. So we have the 10 of Swords. Yeah. And you know what I like about this side? I mean, well, this side is obviously like, you know, very dark and gloomy. But this side has that luminary in the back. It's like the cycle's done, but a new one's beginning. Do you know what I mean? But there's, and this is this idea that they just feel really, really unsupported. Like they feel lonely. They don't feel emotionally, physically, and mentally connected to you, and they're not liking it. Yeah. Right? And then we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So they're just feeling like very kind of like apathetic in life right now. And they don't want to feel like this anymore. They just don't. 6 of Pentacles. They didn't feel like that when they were with you. They felt supported. And they want to feel that again. They want to feel that again. Absolutely. Got the 5 of Cups. I like it on this side because this is recognizing that whatever happened in the past and whatever pain happened in the past, there are still 2 cups standing. And this is them really wanting to embrace the 2 cups that are still standing. That would be the love that is still there despite whatever hot mess ended up evolving in your relationship and in your cycle. They want to take the chance with you. They want to take the chance. Okay. Beautiful. I feel there's a lot of pain here. They're really going through it. Not that you're not feeling pain, but there is a lot of sieving through and unknotting on their side. There really is. But there is this definitive transformation we have there. The Phoenix, new beginning. I mean, no question. Let's get the outcome energy. Look at this, guys, the World. Beautiful. The World. That's definitely a yes card. Yeah. Beautiful. So this, if you pick the red card, I do feel that you guys had a very challenging period in your relationship. Whether you're together or not, it doesn't matter. It was certainly not positive. I feel like there was a lot of imbalance, whether it be, you know, in the 3D having to do with some sort of addictions or just mental imbalances. And really they were not in touch with themselves for a while. And now they were like really sitting and really thinking and sieving through and unknotting and figuring out and getting back down to like what really matters here. What really matters. Guys, where did this card come from? I do not even remember pulling this card. Did this just fall out? I'll take it. New beginning. Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to have to watch this back and see where the heck this card came from, but I'm not mad at it. I don't question. Especially when it's such a nice message, I'm not questioning. Good stuff. Ace of Pentacles. This is like a, woo, let's go. Let's just get this done now. Beautiful connection. It's not going to be easy, though. You guys need to work through a lot of deep patterning behaviors. There were some unhealthy patterns that went on here. I feel like there were cycles. Break up, get back together, break up, get back together. And then it just kind of like hit a wall and was like, all right, this is no good. Something happened, though. Like there was a lot of pain here. They did something messed up, I feel like, that they had to really think about. There's regret. That's what I wanted to say. I'm feeling it nudging at me. There's regret here for them, but they want this new beginning, and so this is what they are really trying to energetically push forward for themselves. And I like this because it's really healthy. It's like they're not, I don't get that they're blaming you for everything at this point, but I feel like there might have been a point in time where they did. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? And I just feel like they're owning their stuff more. But I'm wondering if even not like a little too much, only because of this Hangman reverse energy. Because this is like almost reflecting on the good, but in a way where it almost ends up making them almost a victim, you know, where whatever role you had in it does need to be looked at too. And when I say that, guys, I mean, like, even if they were the ones who were doing something like wrong in the 3D, or that was challenging in the 3D to the relationship, maybe you weren't reacting the best way or responding the best. Maybe you were being too reactive and not responsive, or whatever it was. But in other words, I feel like they're in a space like what needs to happen here when you guys reevaluate this cycle is to call out and look at, not to rehash and not to argue about, but to acknowledge how you both reacted and responded inappropriately in certain ways. And when you guys would fight, you would not fight towards healing. You would fight towards more fighting. You would fight towards distancing yourselves from each other and just creating fissures in the foundation, right? So even if it's just that, but all of this has to be addressed here, but it's really, really good. So I do like that. Nice, good stuff. Okay, that's what I have for the red deck. Okay, so now we're going to do the the black deck. Sorry. Colorblind for a second. Okay. I am saging in between sacks, don't worry. All right, this is the outcome energy. We'll put that there for now. Love call, coffee cup, mask. Okay. Whisper of love oracle. Ask for help. Be willing to accept support. Ask for help. Manifesting miracles. Wow. You know what, let's pull all the cards and then I'll go through them one at a time. Well, we end with the World, so that's good. Interesting. Very interesting energies we have here. Okay, so the Whisper of Love Oracle is ask for help. So this is all about, you know, what do you really need? Getting in touch with what it is that you really need in the heart space. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you, letting you know. Coffee cup. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. For a lot of you, that can just be getting together with your friends. Then we have mask here. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. For those of you who don't know what gaslighting is, it's very like unhealthy arguing, where they're calling you crazy and that, you know, you don't know what you're talking about and just trying to really make it seem like you're the issue and not them. Then we have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Leave a love call coming in, getting together with friends, and then we have this idea of delusion, hiding, pretending, gaslighting. So to start off here, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So this is telling me that there is a period that you're coming out of. You're coming out of a period with whoever's on your heart. You're coming out of a period of having felt like devastated. Because this is like the 3 a.m. card. The idea of really just being so self-imprisoned in your own mind with ruminating thoughts over and over, and just a lot of anxiety, right? Even depression for many of you. But in the reverse on this side, it does indicate that the worst of it is over. Not that you're not thinking about them, absolutely not, but that the worst is over. And I like this side of the Moon card, because this side of the Moon card says you're really getting in touch front and center with what matters to you here. This is a very interesting feeling I have for those of you who are resonating with this, because I feel like this is very much you, the viewer, and not the person who is on your heart right now. This is very interesting to me. But the Moon energy is about, you know, as I always say, I have a very Jungian approach to the Moon card. I feel like it's getting in touch with the deepest recesses of yourself, those deep layers, really looking front and center at your stuff, at what moves you, what motivates you, what do you need to change in yourself, what have you allowed to go on that you shouldn't have allowed to go on, and just really trying to delay. I'm just feeling a very heavy Cancer energy right now. I don't know why. I'm feeling this. I mean, obviously we have the Crab here, but I just kind of felt like that since I pulled the Sack. Interesting to me. If you're dealing with a Cancer, if you are a Cancer, placements in Cancer. Anyway, getting really front and center with your stuff. Totally healthy. Totally healthy. And you know what you're realizing? You're realizing that somebody was absolutely dishonest with you. That there was something about this connection, even though you're heartbroken, and even though you would love to change things, you are really getting in touch with the idea of that perhaps you ended up thinking about this person. You became more in love with the idea of them and the reality that you wanted for the relationship rather than the reality of them. Maybe that's, I feel like I got this message for Cancer in a different way, but similar. Maybe that's why. And I don't usually remember these things, but something about there just being a lack of truth with this person, them not speaking to you in a truthful way. They could have been dishonest or lying through omission in the 3D, but there's just this idea of them not being true for you. You realizing that they are just not absolute. They're not who you want them to be. They're not who you need them to be, and they never will be. Because a good portion of how you see them has been generated in your own mind, based in your own desires of what you want and what you're looking for, rather than on the reality of what they're actually able to give you, what they're capable of. I just feel like there's this imbalance. I feel like you're more emotionally intelligent, you're more tuned in, and they're just not there. I feel like more than anything, it's like there's like this fallback, them just not being there, capable. Them just not being capable. But then we have the 8 of Wands, which, this is a very fast-moving, passionate energy coming in out of nowhere. So I always get a very Uranus vibe with this. You know, very Uranus. Even though it's a Jupiter and Gemini card, which is all like about fabulous in many ways, right? Having to do with communication. This is fabulous communication coming in. But the reason I feel like a Neptune vibe with this all the time, not Neptune, a Uranus vibe with this all the time, is because it's sudden, it's fast, and it's kind of earth-shaking. Like, it's like it comes in and you suddenly start thinking about things differently. And you guys got love call here. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. That's so this energy. Very fast communication coming in. Fast communication with somebody from your past. We got 6 of Cups here. This is a reconnection card with somebody from your past. You're thinking deeply about your past. I don't know what you're manifesting for yourself here, but whatever is coming in from your past, I actually don't feel like it's the first person that's on your mind right now. I feel like this is somebody else, and this is like wish fulfillment here. And we got the world. The world is the outcome. Okay. So this is such an interesting reading, especially for a week like this, because, like, in my opinion, just, I know I said I wouldn't include any astrology, but just astrologically speaking, the first half of this week is going to look so different from the second half of this week. And the first half of this reading looks very different than the second half of this reading. So I'm going to pull the yes/no card for this first person. Are you going to be getting back with this first person? No. No. Tower. That's a big no energy. So if you were resonating with the black velvet sack, it seems to me that you came here with somebody on your mind. You guys are not going to be reconnecting. I get that there is a very sort of unhealthy energy. I'm not even tapping into them. Isn't that interesting? Whoever is in this part, let me pull a few cards on their energy only. Why is their energy is like not, it's like blah. It's a big cement. Okay, wait. What am I getting? I'm getting a big cement wall. It's a gray cement wall. It's like gray stone and gray rock. It's gray rock. Gray rock. So I think you guys might be gray rocking somebody. That's why I can't tap into the energy. You guys know what gray rocking is? Like, you're going to answer me right now. Listen to me asking the camera a question. Gray rocking is when you're dealing with a narcissistic personality or somebody who has those tendencies. They don't actually have to have NPD. But it's when you don't engage them at all. You kind of yes them to death. To the point where you then become uninteresting to them. And then they move on to something else. That's really the only way to deal with a narcissist effectively when you want to not deal with all of the cyclical drama, is you go like gray rock. Like gray rock is like bland, nothing, stone, no reaction, no response, nothing. And I feel like some of you may have done that, but let's get, yeah. There's no, I'm getting like, there's no support from this person. There's no connection. There's no new beginning. There's no new beginning here. I don't even feel like I need to pull anymore. There's no new beginning. There's no connection. There's no beginning here. There's a closing off. I feel like you guys have closed yourself. Like, you're thinking of the person. You are. But you know that they're not good for you. But you're just trying to get them out of your energy field. You know? It's like, you know you shouldn't go back there, but you can't help but still, you know, maybe peeking around about them, checking out readings regarding them, snooping around a little bit on social media. You know, some of you may be doing that, but you know what? Like, let that go, because somebody else is coming in from your past. And if they're not from your past in the 3D, then they're definitely from a past life. Because when you meet them, there's going to be a very familiar vibe. Very familiar. And this is a very healthy relationship. Very healthy. I mean, you have wish fulfillment and then the world. And it's coming in quick. So I like that. Something very serendipitous about this reading. Very necessary. Nice. All right, guys, that's what I have for the black sack. Okay, now onto the blue, rather. Okay, now onto the blue sack. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's pull these 3 oracles. Okay. Let's pull everybody and then we'll see what we have, okay? new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work. Okay. Alrighty. I feel like I'm going to need qualifiers for this. So we have new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in work, prospects, for spiritual growth. But this is any kind of new love coming in. So it's a new kind of love. Loving in a different way. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. This doesn't need an explanation, does it? Twin flames. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. All right. This person really loves you. Straight up. Let's see what's happening. We have kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. See, it says transformation there on the bottom. We have transformation here. Clock, need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. Guys, this seems very positive so far. So let's see what the narrative is here, okay? Six of Wands. I mean, you guys were feeling very in love and very successful in your relationship. And, you know, initially you were feeling this wonderful sense of mutual respect for each other. And that you guys had, you know, what it took to move it forward. I mean, they certainly felt this about you. They certainly felt this about you. With the Knight of Swords coming in. Really wanting to share with you, right? Really wanting to share something with you, but there was some sort of dishonesty that was going on here because this is in reverse. So something happened where either they were lying through omission or they thought you were lying, or there was some sort of dishonesty, some sort of, you know, lack of truth coming in, you know, and it got in the way of healing because this is the star reverse, you know. So this is there's a lot of pain with the star reverse, and it's a kind of like frustration because there's a lack of healing that's able to happen with it, you know? Yeah, and then we have the Three of Swords. All right, here we go. Saturn and Libra. Saturn and Libra. This is like a tough energy, and Libra's about love. This is a tough energy in love, but what is Libra? Libra's the scales. Libra's love. Libra's also the scales. Ruled by Venus, love, yes, but about fairness. And that this tells me that there was something that happened that gave a sense of betrayal. Now, this could be a third party, but it certainly doesn't have to be. This could be anything that could make you feel betrayed. That could be their mask falling off if they were a way other than how they presented them to be. This could be them being grossly irresponsible with money. This can be them, you know, speaking really badly about you and not having your back in front of friends or family. Anything like that, but like in a really profound way. Because that is the card of pain. That's the card of pain. And this was getting in the way of you guys moving forward and having a new beginning. I mean, this was just like, you know, and it's in the hearts. This is an Ace of Cups. This is reverse. You know, it not being able to get started. So what got in the way of this is whatever this betrayal was, whatever the lie was, there was like some shady behavior going on. There really was. And it doesn't have to be cheating. It could be, but there are so many different narratives that can play out in real life, guys. It's unbelievable, right? So that's why I'd rather just give this idea of dishonesty in some area that ended up causing you to feel betrayed, that got in the way of you guys going into this cycle comfortably together. But man, are they thinking, they're trying to heal and move forward in a healthy way. There is this attempt at remembering the good, looking for the lessons, figuring out where everything belongs. you know, but they're missing you. They're missing you. And now they're in the Knight of Pentacle energy. And here, you know, the pentacles mean emotional, mental, and physical connection here. And this person very much wanting to give this to you. Knowing that you guys have been through so much. Knowing, despite the hot flipping mess that happened here. Because I do feel like something happened here that was very, very messy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because for us to start off with respect and victory and then go into lies, that's pain right there. That's pain. It's pain. Need to qualify. That's the outcome energy. All right. So what was happening here? Feeling very unsupported. Interesting. Very unsupported. All right, let me tell you right now, this person has a lot of fears. This person has a lot of fear, and I'm not even going to say of intimacy. Maybe it is of intimacy that I want to say, but I actually think it goes deeper than that. Because I think it goes beyond intimate relationships. I think this is inside of them. They feel a sense of lack. Maybe in their early life they were made to feel invisible, like they didn't matter. Because the Five of Pentacle energy is this feeling of being invisible, of being discounted, of having this sense of lack, but it's very mental. And when we feel lack in that way, when it comes to mental, emotional, and physical connections, and we feel that lack in our mental space, even if there is support there, but we're still feeling lack, that comes from something from a long time ago. And then we have the Seven of Swords, and it's in reverse. So this is telling, it's the card of thievery, but I get that this person's mask, something about the mask, you started to see through their mask. You started to see through them. You started to see through them, and it freaked them out. You started to see through their mask that they were holding up. They are not who they originally presented themselves to be, but I'm not getting that they're a bad person at all, but they're working through their insecurities and their vulnerabilities that were established from a much earlier part of their life. I mean, we're talking about a big shame wound here. A big shame wound, but it scared them and it made them close off their heart. It made them close off their heart. Yeah, and look at this. Eight of Cups in reverse. They're trying to walk away, but they can't. They miss you. They miss you. This is haunting them. There are echoes going on inside of them right now. Oh, there are echoes. Absolutely. There are echoes here. Look at this. They are looking at their Emperor reverse behaviors. And they want to heal this with you. This is the Temperance energy. This is about recognizing what you need and what they need and what the relationship needs in order to heal. But they are missing you, and they're feeling ashamed. They're feeling embarrassed. They did something. They did not act with integrity and and through a very high moral compass, having to do with something. Now, if it wasn't another person, it has to do with money, or it has to do with them just skipping out on you, skipping the scene because it all became a little too serious, a little too close. You started to see through them a little too much, and it was like scary for them. So they sabotaged it, and they feel embarrassed and ashamed, and they don't know what to do to get this back. They don't know what to do to get it back. Wow. Wow. But that's where they are. I mean, they love you. They love you. They feel ashamed. They are not absolutely who they presented themselves to be. I think you know that if you're resonating with this. Let's get your outcome card. See what this says. Queen of Swords, beautiful. And not only is this a really great truth card, yes card, but it's also a card of truth. And I mean, she has people figured out as soon as they walk in the room before they even open their mouth. Right? And I feel like this is you, and this is like what, this is the part of them. I mean, this is, but this is what twin flames do. You know what? Listen, that's what twin flames do. Twin flames, like, they know how to look behind the door and under the rocks and in our basement and in our yard and every place where we're not so comfortable for people to be looking. Real twin flame, a real red thread energy, somebody we're meant to be with and grow with and evolve and learn and grow and be with. That's what happens. And this scared them. But they're feeling shame and they don't know how to figure it out, but they absolutely want to temper the situation so that it can be transformed, because you can't have transformation without the temperance energy. It's not possible. It's impossible. Because again, temperance is an alchemical process about really sitting down and throwing it all out, what you each need. It's not about rehashing the past. The toothpaste is already out of the tube. You know, look at the ugly, take it for what it is. You know, work through that on a healthy timetable, but you can't hang in that space because you can't move forward if you keep looking behind yourself. You're going to trip and fall, right? So this is absolutely positive energy. Beautiful. It's so funny. I feel like there was another one of the, I don't remember which sack it was because I forget these, they fall out of my head when I do it. But very much kind of like with the astrology this week, it's like, it starts out much differently than it ends. That's very much like this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be a whole lot different than Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's very interesting that I'm doing this today as we go into this week. But anyway, guys, that is what I have for you if you picked the blue sack. I hope this was helpful to you guys in some way, and I'll see you next week for the February reads. Take care. Bye-bye.